Since we are into the new section, I'm going to create a new folder inside my workspace. The folder name is section 3. Anytime if you have any issues or questions, please do check the GitHub repo by going into the section 3 folder. Now, we want to start building an e-commerce web application. To create a React UI application, we can take help from Vite. Using Vite, we should be able to generate a basic skeleton for a React application. If you remember, we already done the same inside the section 1. If you go to the section 1, there is a project with the name EasyStore-UI. If you want, you can try to create this skeleton project very quickly one more time by following the instructions that we discussed inside the section 1. Or you can simply copy this project and paste it inside the section 3. As a next step, I'll open this project inside Visual Studio Code. Once I open the project inside my Visual Studio Code, I'll go to the terminal and here I'll try to run our famous command which is npm run dev. For all Vite-based projects, we should use this command to start the application inside local. My application is going to start at the default port 5173. Let me open the same. This is the default UI that Vite is going to provide. But we are looking to change this application like this e-commerce web application. That's why what I'll try to do is I'll try to delete all the existing code provided by the Vite that is responsible to display this UI. Let's go to the index.html. Inside this, we don't have to delete any code because here we're just trying to load the root div along with the JSX file with the name main.jsx. So let me go to this main.jsx. And here also they're not doing anything except loading the main root component with the name app. So app is a component which is available inside the app.jsx. So let me go to this app.jsx and here they're trying to return some JSX code. What I'll do is I'll delete this entire code present inside the app function component and let me delete these unused imports as well. Now let me go to the app.css. This entire CSS content also I'm going to delete. Let me go to index.css. Here also we have some CSS related to the UI application. Let me delete the same because we are going to build our own CSS code. Let me save these changes. Next, I'll go to the assets. Under the assets, we have some React related logo image. Let me delete the same. Under public also, we have some Vite related logo image. I'm going to delete the same. With this now, we get rid of all the Vite provided default UI code. Now, if I go to the browser, at the port 5173, you can see there is nothing. It's an empty UI page. As a very first step, I want to build a header component which is going to responsible to display this logo section. And I'm also going to have some buttons like home, about, contact, login, and this cart icon. The dark mode we are going to build at later point of time. For now, let's ignore this dark mode and try to build the remaining parts of the header that you are seeing here. If you closely look at the header, I'm trying to use some icons like this is a cart icon, this is one icon image. I'm going to use such kind of icons throughout the application. If you see for the dark mode also, there is an icon. To use these icons inside our application, we need to install a dependent library. The dependent library is Font Awesome. This is a very good library available for JavaScript applications, using which we can display the icons inside our web pages very easily. They have free plan and pro plan. Throughout this course, I'm going to use only free icons so that we don't have to pay anything from our pocket. Once you go to this fontawesome.com website, you can click on this docs, which is going to take you to the docs.fontawesome.com. And here you can click on this getting started. In this getting started web page, you can click on this integrations option. And here we have React option. Let me click on the same and let me select this setup with React. Inside this page, we have all the instructions that we need to follow to install this library inside our React application. Let me scroll down. I'll be showing you all the commands that we need to run. So this is the very first command that we need to install inside our project. Let me copy the same. Inside my terminal, I'm going to execute the command. Before that, let me stop the running application by pressing Ctrl+C here. Let me clean the console. Next, I'll open the package.json. So as of now, these are the dependencies inside my package.json. But as soon as I start installing the Font Awesome related libraries, you will be able to see those dependencies are getting added to the package.json and the package-log.json. Let me execute the command. As soon as I execute it, you'll be able to see there is an entry inside the dependencies with the name fortawesome/fontawesome-svg-core. In the same page, let's scroll down, and here we are looking for the free SVG icon package. So these three commands we need to execute. Let me copy them and paste it here. We can try to execute all these three commands at once. These three new packages are also installed. At last, I need to install this library. Let me copy this command and install the same here by cleaning the console. npm I indicates install. Instead of typing install, we can also use the shortcut I. Let me press enter, and this is going to install the final library related to the font awesome. I'm going to mention these URL details and all these commands inside the README document under the section 3. Anytime if you have any questions, go and check the README document under the specific section. I'm going to mention all the details of the command and the website that we are trying to refer inside our discussions. Once you install this library, as a next step, we can go to the index.css. Inside this file, I'm going to paste good amount of CSS code. The same CSS code you can get from the GitHub repo. This entire CSS code is going to help us in beautifying our application with the help of this CSS code. Since this is not a CSS focused course, I'm not trying to type all this CSS code. I hope you're fine with that. Anytime if you have any question around the styling, you can come to this file and look for the corresponding class or element related CSS. I'm also going to touch base all the CSS styling as we are building our React components. I hope you're clear with the setup that we have done so far. Inside this lecture, we have simply deleted all the default UI code provided by the Vite. Later on, we have installed Font Awesome related dependencies. And at last, we also pasted CSS related code under index.css. Let's create our header component in the next lecture.